Hello everybody, and welcome to this installment of Three Moons Gaming, where we build things in Minecraft. Now today we are going to be working on building an automatic kelp farm, where it would automatically harvest it and put it in a chest for you. And it is really a simple build. I've already got one built here. The Minecraft schematic is up at minecraft-schematics.com. You can find the schematics there for this, as you would any of my builds if it's a build that I'm building. So this one's been running for about 30 minutes. And this is what it generated in about 30 minutes. Sometimes they get stuck up top. Don't worry about it, just let it keep running, because it will slowly fill itself all the way up to where you'll have a completely full chest. But the beauty of this thing is that it only takes a few short minutes to build. Okay, so I'm going to build a second one right here. I've already got everything I need to build one with, so without wasting a whole lot of time today, we're going to go ahead and build one. I know everybody saw the video, or should have seen the video by the time they see this video, of the first kelp farm that I built, which is just a plain kelp farm that you would dive down into and harvest your kelp. You don't want to take it off from the ground level, but you want to go down into this one at about just this level right here. Just walk around and harvest it, and what that does for you is that sets you up where it'll continue to grow over and over. This one, however, will harvest it, and it will continue to grow, and it'll continue to harvest itself. Some of these will eventually work their way down. If they do not, like I said, do not worry about them. They're not worth the real major effort to go collect them. And if you add more water, it doesn't help the situation at all. It doesn't change it. It'll change it momentarily, but it will not change it in the long run. So without wasting any further time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get really started on this right now. First part of the build is 7 blocks wide. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 block wide, 10 block long. One, two, three over. Right in here is the first bed for the kelp, the first one. Here's our center, and then we go 1, 2, 3. Come back to this one. Which means you're going to have 8 kelp plants that you're going to be working with. But the beauty of this is that you can build this pretty much so as high as you want to build it, and you can set your observers as high up as you want to set them. I personally I don't have a recommendation as to what level or how high or anything like that. It can be any level that you want it to be. You can go up, well, let's see. The one next to it's like 6 levels high, I think. 2, 3, 6, 5 productive levels high. Let's go up on this one to the same height, maybe 2 above it, just to see if we get a difference in our production rate. because this part of it is so much fun to build. I sometimes get carried away and lose track of how many levels I've built. So let's go down here now and let's bring this up. Sounds like 5. Yep, 5 levels deep. Real short build. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to build this. The most complicated thing I think about this build is placing the pistons, which we're going to do here in a few minutes. Because we've already got this in place, I'm going to drop right down here in the middle and take out every as I said, you can make this as long as you want it to be. You can make it as tall as you want it to be. It's really up to you as to what you want it to, how you want it to function, okay? There's that one. There's that one. Now comes the easy part, or one of the easiest parts of the situation. I'm going to try a slightly different pattern this time just to see if we can go up a couple of more levels. See how high. The reason we're going up with a brick like that is we got to put observers in place to tell our pistons when to fire. And we cannot break. I don't think I can do this. I don't think this is going to work this high. Yeah, see, it's not going to go up that high. So it's going to have no choice but to be, I don't know. I don't think it'll work. Can do that and take it up that high. And we really only need one. We really only need one observer. If you look closely, I have 2 over here. You can get away with just 1, which is not hard to do. May seem to be a little slower, but if the plants are growing all at the same speed. Now what this does is this just increases the number of plants that you can have height-wise. It increases the number of kelp that you're going to actually harvest. Just that tiny bit that I walked through there just then, that gave us 64 by 2 by 64 by 2 plus 4. So 128 plus 4, 132. So we cannot complain about that at all. Now, nothing special to prepare the ground. Wow, you hear that already? Now comes the real challenge, and this is the real challenge. The higher up you go, the more you're gonna need certain things in place, and one of the things we're gonna need in place is gonna be a chest. If that's lined up perfectly in the center, it is. Okay, then I'm gonna need like 2 on each side. And then we're gonna have to come right about here, always a block below so that it creates the flow real good. The whole purpose of this is going to be to open up that flow. Now, that is completely built, completely done, self-sustaining. I mean, it's going to take a few minutes because what's happening is this side's going a little bit faster than this side, but that is perfectly fine. I just don't have blocks in place yet to follow the pattern here. Figure it out. Gonna come up like this, this. Out, up. This one over here has been firing all along too. We're going to put all these over here so that they're out of the way. I'm going to go over here and I want to take a look at this one. Already got 11 of them in just a few short minutes of running. So it's been running for a very short, limited amount of time. And what I did on the one over there to prevent some of them from doing this hop out that they're doing is I did this number here. Just to try to make it where they don't just pop out. And you can come back and you can place more water bucket, but they're not going to do you any good. But all it's going to do is add more height for the growth area, and it doesn't change how much you harvest. But the beauty of this one is it is a little taller than the other one over there, and because I put this one here, which is going to fire it at the same rate as the other one, except the difference is if this one gets taller first, it'll fire it. If this one gets taller first, it'll fire it. So you wind up with a firing mechanism that fires them independently but simultaneously. So it's really cool. I don't know what made me think of this. Or how I came to think of it. I've never seen this done. I didn't even know if it was possible. I kept thinking, no, you have to harvest it in the water. And turns out you don't necessarily have to harvest it in water. You can harvest it this way, which is really cool. Because as we all know, we can turn this into usable items. We can turn it into dye, or you can turn it, you can set it up and use it as blocks. And if you set it up as blocks, you can use it in a furnace to smelt 20 items per block. So within 3 minutes, yep, it's been 3 minutes, and we're already up to 24, 25. That's not so terribly bad. And it's growing at a really good rate considering. But the beauty is you don't have to worry about going down in the water and starving, you know, or suffocating because you run out of air. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the show this evening, and you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye-bye.